So you stumbled upon my channel. I am in advance sorry for what you were about to witness. Anyway, the reason you clicked on this video is you saw a picture of the F111 Aardvark. Yes, I know the F-14 was better and was actually capable of dogfighting and could land on a carrier, but look at the F111. It's so ugly. It's beautiful. Anyway, we're here to get to exactly what the F-111 is. In 1962, the Americans wanted some sort of low-level strike aircraft, even though they already had a bajillion aircraft that could probably do that role, because, the military-industrial complex. Anyway, I'm not going to go into everything, but quickly, let's go over what they wanted. They wanted it to fly under 1,000 feet at Mach 1, or the speed of sound for any non-aviation enthusiasts. And the U.S. Navy really wanted to try using it, and they tried using it on their carriers, but most 20th century military enthusiasts and historians know how that went. Here's a little hint: it got replaced by the F-14. That's the whole reason that the F-14 exists in the first place. Anyway, the Navy denied it, and the United States Air Force took it into service in the late 60s. It served in Vietnam as a precision strike aircraft. In 1973, the airframe was acquired by the Royal Australian Air Force, who took it into a similar role. Okay, now that we've talked a bit about how the Aardvark came to be and what exactly it was, let's just talk about a bit of the specs. The F-111 was equipped with two Pratt & Whitney TF-30 P111 engines, capable of 25,000 pounds of thrust with afterburners on. And of course, because it was a 60s American aircraft, it could carry nukes, 24 to be exact. The maximum amount of weapons it could carry, though, was 55 750-pound dumb bombs, or bombs without guidance. No, dumb isn't an acronym. The aircraft was also equipped with the M61A1 Vulcan cannon. The last thing I should mention about the Aardvark's armament: in the late 70s, it was equipped with the pave tack infrared targeting pod to help it use smart bombs. Anyway, let's talk about those beautiful sweep wings. In my opinion, swing wings are kind of like the pop-up headlights of aviation. It was cool in the 80s, but we never see them today. The Aardvark's wings could swing back to 72.5 degrees at full sweep. The F-111 was the first ever combat variable sweep wing aircraft. It was followed by many others, such as the Su-24 Panavia Tornado, the F-14 Tomcat, and that's about it. The F-111 was equipped with an extremely unique ejection system when the pilot or co-pilot pulled the ejection handle located in between their two seats, as it was a side-by-side configuration. The cockpit and a small piece of panel behind it would fire rockets and detach from an aircraft. Now this turned the cockpit into an escape pod. Let's quickly go over the F-111, or which was known as the Raven, or as known as crew and engineers, the Aardvark. Pretty cool name if you ask me. The F-111 was an electronic warfare variant with the same technical specs but different armament as the standard F-111, but obviously with added electronic warfare equipment. I wasn't able to find the exact equipment. It's probably not declassified, but I do know that it was equipped with jamming equipment, so radar jamming equipment. Okay, so now that we've gone over the two main variants and the technical specs on the F-111 family, but not the FB-111 because it was very similar to the F-111 in general. Anyway, let's go on to where it really shined other than Vietnam. On August 2nd, 1990, the Iraqi military under dictator Saddam Hussein invaded the oil-rich nation of Kuwait on claims of cross-drilling. This sparked international condemnation and a NATO-led coalition of nations building up in countries such as Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. After a UN deadline for Saddam to exit Kuwait passed on January 17th, over 1,300 coalition aircraft took off, with many heading over the border into Iraq. This is where the Aardvark and Raven came in. The F-111 striked hardened aircraft bunkers, strategic targets, and enemy vehicle convoys, while the groups of EF-111s worked with AWACS, or Advanced Warning Aircraft, and other electronic warfare aircraft to jam radars and guide strike aircraft to their targets. Over the next 6 weeks, F-111 crews flew 2,400 combat sorties. The war in the Gulf was in the final day of the US AF Aardvarks and Ravens, because in 1996, the F-111 was retired, and 2 years later in 1998, the Raven was retired from USAF service. But the Vark was not dead, with the Royal Australian Air Force continuing its service until 2010. In my opinion, the F-111 was extremely ahead of its time in both tactics and technology, and would really only be matched with the introduction of my favorite aircraft and next video's topic, the Panavia Tornado. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. Please, if you want, subscribe. It helps this channel grow after I rebooted it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.